So on today's Academy lesson, we actually have a fairly advanced and very difficult move to cover. This move is going to be the one that was shown on this Instagram video yesterday. Damn, that was good. And you're about to learn that. I'm so excited for you. Oh boy. So that move is an actual variation on the turnover pass that we discussed in a previous lesson. Now, the good part about this move is that instead of the classic turnover pass that's done in this sense, where you are turning over the cards from this side, you are actually able to turn over the cards this way and execute the pass much the same. However, it is a very difficult and challenging move. So once we are able to break down the move, hopefully you'll be able to start practicing it and make it part of your control arsenal. Now the pass looks like this. We're going to control the card to the bottom of the deck. In this case, it's going to be the 7 of diamonds. As we turn over the deck, we notice that we have the 7 of diamonds already on the bottom. If we want, we could control a card to the top of the deck just as easily. Here we have the blank card. That card actually gets controlled to the top of the deck as we turn the deck and for end, and we see it's made its way right to the top. So I'm going to show you the exposed angle on this particular move because it's a fairly interesting move to see what's going on. Now, as you can see, it's half of a pass that's taking place, and then you are actually using gravity to let go and complete the pass itself. But let's break down the move. So for this particular move, we're going to get a break underneath the card. In this case, it's going to be the 2 of hearts. So we're going to obtain a pinky break, much like we discussed in a previous lesson, underneath that 2 of hearts. Now, what's going to happen is this isn't a move that's going to happen instantly. I know in the Instagram video, I did it fairly instantly. That's just to show the power of the move. However, in actual concert and in performance, this is a move that you would do after a little bit of a distraction. So here, you just squared up the card in the deck. You ask the spectator a question. Maybe you spread the deck again. And now is when you would execute the actual move itself. So for the move, we're actually going to do the actual same beginning as the turnover pass that we discussed in a previous lesson. So I'm going to give you guys the exposed view here. What's going to happen is that you're going to come up with your forefinger and your middle finger of the right hand, and that's going to come on the upper left edge of the deck. So you're just going to brace the cards in this end. Now, my thumb is actually touching the back upper half of the deck. So my thumb is in contact with the upper half of the deck. The reason for this is because I'm actually going to hold this deck while my left hand does the dirty work. So the dirty work that my left hand is going to do is that it's going to actually angle the deck, and instead of doing the classic turnover pass method, which is going to be end for end, we're actually going to come all the way back to this position. So right now, my forefinger and middle finger are covering the action from the front here, but the situation is this right over here. So let me show you guys the exposed view on this. Your left hand, what it's doing is that you have a pinky break right there. Your forefinger is on the bottom braced, ready to move the packet, much like the Herman pass. The only difference being that instead of going end for end, like the standard Herman pass, we're actually going on an angle. So it's a very extreme angle. We're going to bend our fingertips and extend them almost so that the long edge gets past the corner of the right edge here. So this long edge is actually trying to pass this lower right edge. That's the accomplished move that we're trying to do here. So one more time, this is covered by the action over here. Now, once we get to this position, all that's going to happen is that we are going to let go with this packet over here. So we're going to let go with this packet over here, let go with our fingers. So right now, everything is balancing, hiding behind my right hand. Everything is balancing. All that needs to take place is squeezing these packets together. So I'm squeezing these packets together as I turn over the entire packet. So let's give you the exposed view on that. We're going to spread the cards like this. We're going to do the exact action that we discussed before. Now, as the packet clears that lower right corner, as it clears that lower right corner, the entire deck is turned over on the left hand. So one more time. At speed, it looks like that. In super Michael Mars slow motion, the move looks like this. Notice when the back packet coalesces with the lower packet, and that actually completes the the turnover pass itself. Now, initially, the want is to try to do this move as fast as possible. Don't. As the same with every single pass, you want to break down the move slowly. You want to get the muscle memory in your hands so that when you inevitably speed up and when you inevitably get the moves, it's not going to be something that's easily detected. So let's go over that one more time from this angle. Now, one tip to make this move easy is that you're going to bend this deck upward. So you're going to bevel this deck upward. That's going to make the move a lot easier to accomplish, because all that's going to need to happen is your hand is going to position the packet exactly as we discussed, so that when we turn over the cards, it's going to be pretty much self-working by then, because you're letting gravity do its work. So one more time, here we have the king of clubs. We're going to bend this deck forward, allowing this back packet to clear that right corner. Once we get to that position, we're going to turn over the entire situation as the two packets coalesce. Let's go over that in exposed view. Notice that I'm bending the packet forward and then turning over the entire thing end for end. So from this angle, it just looks like I'm turning over the deck. So that is another really good tip, is that you want to bend this deck forward as you let that lower corner clear the lower right corner. Now, the strength of this particular pass is that instead of turning over like the standard turnover pass, you are turning over the deck in a end-for-end fashion. So that covers the actual pass action itself. Now, when it comes to the actual move, you're going to have to watch your angles, and you are going to have to watch your performance. So what I mean by that is that it's not going to be a move that's going to warrant a massive amount of scrutiny. That's the only downside to this particular move. Yes, you have the right angle where everything comes to play, but if you are going to be surrounded, if this is a move that you do choose to do when there are people that might be at angles that are unfavorable to you, you might want to have the distraction of misdirection for the pattern before you execute the move. So what I mean by that, let's say you want to control the card to the top of the deck. You show the two of clubs to the spectators, the card they picked. You get your break underneath and you spread the cards and say, sir, is there any reason why you picked the card from that particular region in the deck? Yeah, I've actually had people take cards from the top. I've had people take cards from the bottom of the deck. But in your particular case, I'm glad you picked that region, because it ensures randomness. It ensures randomness, sir. And of course, in that action, I've controlled the card to the top of the deck. So that is the turnover pass 94. It's a fairly difficult move to execute. However, I'm sure it's well within the grasp of everyone with a modicum of practice. So again, hot tips on the move. You're going to bend the deck forward as you do the action. Your right hand is going to bevel the deck. It's not coming straight on. It's going to go and try to clear the lower right corner of the deck. Once it clears that corner, you are just simply letting the packets coalesce and turning over the entire deck. So in the exposed view, let's see if we could do the move at speed here with my arm at an unnatural angle. I feel like I'm doing some sort of chicken wing, but that is a little bit of an exposed view. At speed, the move looks like this. That's how the move looks like at speed, but I'm sure it's well within the grasp of all of you guys. So definitely link some videos, because I want to see your progress with this particular move. Again, it's not the easiest move, but that's the point of the academy. I want you guys to get challenged, and I want you guys to progress with your sleight of hand. So thank you guys for being part of the academy. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.